Welcome everybody. Well, hope you had a good afternoon. I'm going to try not to bore you too much. Today's topic, we're talking about streamlining complex scenarios with SAP Business Technology Platform and some of the technologies that we have played around the space. Before we get there, a bit about me. My name, Gregory Doukas. I have over 15 years of experience in SAP. About 9 of those years has been in SAP Cloud. So starting off with Neo in the beginning, then SAP Cloud Platform, and now it's being called BTP, and we'll see whatever it's called next. I've got a master's in artificial intelligence. I look like this because I'm Greek, not Spanish. My English is like this because I'm South African, and yes, I live in Barcelona. It's a bit of a mix. So yes, I love running and hiking. I am a gamer at heart, although with 2 daughters, I don't get much time to game. Yeah, that's me. This is actually a picture of me last year. I was flying a drone. Unfortunately, I was told it's a bit dangerous to fly drones indoors, so I didn't bring a drone this time. Maybe next year I'll be allowed time. I'll be doing a bit of an introduction, then talking about complex scenarios, finish on with the demo, and conclusion at the end. Let's get into it. It's Trifork. Who's Trifork? We are quite a big company at this point in time. We have offices all over the globe. As you can see, focused in Europe. We have 2 offices in the US and the guy over here in Australia. So we are growing. 1,188 employees out of the 14 countries, 71 business units. I think they might have grown in the last couple of weeks. So yeah, who knows? So what are we made out of? We're made out of 2, Trifork Group is made out of 2 entities called Trifork and Trifork Labs. Trifork Labs is more our R&D department where we just throw the money to do some stuff. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but that's what R&D is about. Sometimes they yield good investments, sometimes they don't. On the Trifork side, we have 3 horizontals, FinTech, digital health, smart buildings, and 3 verticals. 3 verticals, 3 horizontals. Horizontals being smart buildings, cyber protection, and operations. I play in the smart enterprise space. Smart enterprise is SAP. One of being the big players as being enterprise application. And we call this TSC, so Trifork Smart Enterprise. What is our focus? Our focus is providing exceptional user experience on top of SAP applications. What does it mean? It means we build extensions on top of SAP, and for BTP or on classical ERP, and we do this on native code, Fiori, Angular, React, or any other language that's available on the market. And I'll be talking about some of these later today. Some of our references. Vestas, one of our big ones. Schindler, Porsche, quite a cool project. Arla does dairy in Europe in general. Royal Greenland, very cool case about sustainable fishing. If you haven't heard about it, Google Royal Greenland Trifork and you'll come up with a nice video. There's also a podcast that I talk about the scenario with SAP. Our partnerships, obviously, SAP, that's why I'm here. With Apple, we have a very good partnership with Apple. Apple we believe, is one of those that bring unparalleled user experience to its customers, and we partner with them in order to make sure we can provide that exceptional user experience to our enterprise customers. And lately, we've been talking a lot with NVIDIA. As you can imagine, in the AI space, they've been doing some great things, and we're partnering with them to do some vision work. And now with the new AR headsets with Apple and stuff like that, we are looking to do some cool things over there as well. So watch this space. I might be presenting those next year. We are members of the SAP App House. What is SAP App House? SAP App House is a human-centered approach to innovation, and it's believed that by using desirability, viability, and feasibility, you can bring innovation. So one of those things, desirability, is people. So you need people to want to change. Viability needs to make sense, needs to be adding value to the organization. And feasibility, well, it needs to technically make sense. You need to have technology. If you have these 3 things together, if you get those things right, you actually can spark innovation. We believe strongly in this, where we have a whole different division. Apart from the technical side of it, we have a whole division focusing on doing all this, which we call design thinking, and all this don't say cool things, but well, cool things, we also do cool things, but they do cool things too. But they go out there and do this, do all these assessments and make sure that we find the right problems for our customers. So before we even start building, we want to make sure that we understand our customers and we understand what the problems, well, we help them understand what their problems are in the first case. But enough about introduction, let's get to the main topic at hand. Hope I'm not speaking too fast. I'll try to slow down. So, use case versus development effort. So, reality is, SAP is pushing a lot of tools, and last year it was all about low-code, no-code. This year is about AI, which is the cool thing. We'll see where it ends up. But reality is that for as the bottom here we have use cases. So as your use case increases in complexity, you have to start using tools that are equally as advanced and that can deal with those complex scenarios. You can't expect to do something very complicated by just doing key user adaptations. You can't expect to do something too complicated with SAP Build. Yes, you can do a lot of things. You can't do everything. This is much better shown in when I'm talking about complexity in this slide, I'm referring to UI complexity specifically, but I can make the same analogy for backend complexity. So it's better shown in the next slide. So over here, again, we've got use case at the bottom and development effort on the top on this side. And we're going to be dealing with two scenarios. A floating button. You all know what a floating button implies. So you have a screen and you want a button to float somewhere on the page. And this guy over here, we've got AR. If I try to do that with key user adaptation, good luck. You're not going to get there. You can SAP Build. Yes, you will get there eventually. But you can see the graph starts going exponentially up. So development effort to try to get something as simple as a floating button will be exponentially higher. As a key user adaptation, you won't even get there. But build, yeah, you'll get there. It will take some effort. Let's put a UI5 in here. You get there a lot quicker. Angular, React. Now, Flutter, if you want to try and do some AR with UI5 and Angular, maybe you'll get there eventually. But if you use something like Flutter and React Native tools that are built to do these type of things, you get much further. And of course, when you start using things like iOS and Android Native, which are built to do these AR scenarios, you can get that with a lot less development effort. So what is it trying to show? Yes, if you're trying to do iOS development, initially you start with a very high development effort, but the line is much more smooths out. Okay, so depending on your scenario, I'm not saying that always come over here and build these guys. So you have to think about what am I building. Number one, are these complex UIs that you're trying to build, are they necessary? Is it just a once-off thing you're trying to build? Or is it mission critical to what you're trying to achieve? If it's mission critical, then you start looking for the right tool for the job. And there's where we look at these technologies over here. Okay. UI5, I love it. It's a great tool. But yes, it has limitations and we need to understand that. But don't worry, BTP can handle all these technologies over here. So choose the right technology and don't worry, BTP can handle it for you. What is Pro Code in SAP BTP? We've probably heard about some of these today. I'm just going to summarize these things quickly. We have 3 runtimes: Cloud Foundry, ABAP, Cloud, and Kaima. What does this mean? It means you can bring your own language to the table. So yes, we have Java and Node.js as the main supported languages. You have ABAP and RAP in ABAP Cloud, which we did at the code demo today. But you also have in Cloud Foundry, you can bring any build pack to the table. Cloud Foundry is actually an open source thing. And you can have open source build packs that you can actually use, and that means you can do .NET, you can do Python, you can do whatever else you want. And with Kaima, well, possibilities are endless. Kaima is SAP's answer to Kubernetes, so you can do serverless functions, you can do full-on Docker containers, and I'll be doing a demo on that a bit later today. And the beauty about all of this is underpinned by SAP's foundational services. What are these guys? These are SAP HANA, authorization, connectivity, event mesh, integration suites, all the nice things that we heard about in our previous slides. That's the power of using BTP, that you can use all of these cool technologies over here, and you don't have to worry about how do I authorize my application, how do I do a login screen, how do I connect to my S/4HANA system, because these guys over here take 90% of the workload for you, and you just have to connect to them and you use them, and off you go. On the UI side, SAP Fiori, of course. We have Fiori elements and SAP and UI5 web apps. I think in the CAP demo you did Fury elements? Did you get there?
It was part of
If you got there in the CAP code jam, you would have seen Fury elements. Of course, you also have the SDK for iOS and Android development. But on the mobile side, you can also do native iOS. You can also do native Android. It doesn't mean you're moving away from SAP. You can still use SAP mobile services to do offline sync, and we've done many scenarios like that. You then also have, you can do on web, any technology you can think about. So Angular, Android, Flutter, React, and again you can host these on BTP as normal HTML5 applications. This over here is actually Royal Greenland running on BTP, and this can of course all integrate with SAP Workzone. Okay. Cool. A bit ahead of time. So what is the scenario I'm going to be demoing today? Well, we are a water distributor that needs looking at operational excellence. It's got water meters around Barcelona, and it needs to track usage. It already has a custom machine learning model that it doesn't want to rebuild in SAP AI. It's already existing. We need to bring it across and make it work. And what do we use this for? We use this for leak detection to make sure that our actual meter readings are not out of variance. If they are, it means possibly a leak. We need to monitor maintenance activities, so planned maintenance and unplanned maintenance. Of course, very important to know when unplanned things happen, and if we can try to figure out if there's a pattern there. So we need a next-gen visual dashboard to quickly highlight areas of concern. And finally, hopefully an assisted problem and root cause analysis. That's our requirements. So how do we do this? This is fictitious, by the way. It's not real. So don't yeah, maybe a customer will come up like this, but this was generated by DALI. Yeah, put water, maintenance, and I don't know what the dub is for. Yes. Freedom. The solution that we came up with, on the front end side, we're using a React. Okay, why we use that? Because we want it to be fully performative, and we find a nice component called React Map GL. Yes, there's a map component in SAP UI5. If you've used it, yeah, well, kind of works. We use this UI5 web components. As you'll see, our customer is an SAP customer. They want to have the SAP look and feel, so we decided to use web components. Of course, SAP integration, and yes, hosted on BTP. On the back end, using SAP CAP services, Node.js, well, effectively what you did today in your code jam on steroids. We propagate calls to S4HANA, so we connect into our own S4HANA system, and we propagate calls to the S4HANA system to retrieve data. We enrich this data on the fly using a data model in CAP and on HANA Cloud. And we're doing third-party API integration with OpenAI and our machine learning Docker image, which is hosted on Kyma. So we took our, literally lift and shifted we have built it previously on AWS, I think. This Docker image was using Python and with a pre-trained model of usage of water data over historical couple of years of data of historical usage. So we trained our model, and we had this Docker image, so we just lift and shifted it into Kyma, and it worked, and now we can integrate it with our services quite seamlessly. So no need to rewrite and worry about any of that. How does architecture look like? We have our front end, which is me over here, using a web app. We have a React application. SPA stands for single page application. On the back end is our Node.js CAP application over here, and our database, our SAP Cloud. It's feeding real data from smart meters using I2 servers. Currently for the demo, we are simulating this. So sorry, I don't have a meter for you over here to do real readings. But we do have this predictive model running in Kyma that we will read to get predicted values. And then we're using ChatGPT. And hopefully, as we've talked about in our previous sessions, hopefully ChatGPT is not hallucinating at this point in time. We'll find out. It will entertain us if nothing else. All of this is hosted on SAP Workzone and connectivity via the standard connectivity and cloud connectors to S4HANA. Yeah? Ooh, questions on that? Let's jump into a demo. Okay. I'm going to swap over the screen so it's easier for me to see what I'm doing. Yeah, keep changes. So we have everything running on by signing in. Yes, yes, yes. Over there. So I'm logging on to SAP WorkZone. It's going to ask me to authenticate again. SAP wants us to be very secure. So SAP WorkZone, we integrated our backend S4HANA Fiori applications into our, or propagated these to our S4HANA or to onto WorkZone, so we can view them here into a single portal. And we have an additional tile here called an asset dashboard, which is providing reading and maintenance, and this is our next-gen dashboard. So we've integrated into the same. You have a single look and feel. This is again why you want WorkZone, so you can have a single entry point to your organization. I'm going to click into the dashboard, and as you can see, it looks very UI5-ish, and hopefully, but as you notice it would actually, over there, it's got a React icon. Likes to take a bit of time to load up. There we go. So we have a map. This is Barcelona. We are there somewhere, I think. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. These are the meter readings that we have in the city. We are currently, so I'm a maintenance guy, and field technician would be the correct word. And I need to figure out what's going on here. So I have meter readings, and I can click on one of these guys, and one of these reads, and say what's going on here. So meter reading 11, it's got some actual readings and expected. I know the resolution on there is terrible, so you can't read what's going on, but you can see that's red, which means bad. So the actual is very much out of variance with the expected, which might imply there's a problem. I could go ahead and create a notification, but why do that? That's boring. That's why we've got ChatGPT. So now I'm going to open up our little chat assistant over here, and ChatGPT, powered by ChatGPT 3.5 Turbo, says, how can I help you today? And I'm going to say, of course I have some prompts that I've written before. Show me the details for meter with serial number 9960. And hopefully, as it says, not hallucinating, it will give me some real information. And it says, yes, equipment number 10, 9, sure, that's terrible resolution. But yes, you can see this data. Is there any other, and then there says, is there anything else you would like to know? And I said, yes, I do. Show me this. Can you show it to me on the map? Did I copy that? Or did I copy that? No, I didn't copy that. And hopefully it doesn't have a bad day. And yes, it says, cool, yes, I can show it to you on the map. So it takes me there on the map and it shows me this information. It says, yeah, there's the meter, and I can see that it's in amber, and the actual and expected, so I can see, oh, okay, well, I can see what's going on. But I think there's a problem here. You know, there's a leak. I need to go check this out. So I'm going to tell ChatGPT, you know what? I need to create a notification for this guy. So create a notification for this meter with the text, check meter for leaks. And hopefully now it's integrated to S4HANA system and it's creating notification. And if all the puzzles fit nicely into place, I'll get a response back, which I do, saying notification number, one, whatever, 1200. Oh, that's very wrong. Let's hope it's not hallucination. And it's notification type Y2 and all the information. And I can show you that it's been done. If I open SAP system. This is our on-prem system. It's not a cloud system. Well, it's a cloud because it's on Azure, but it's our own system. And here, as you can see, it's a real notification. Check meter for leaks with the equipment number that we just input there. So yes, ChatGPT worked. I didn't hallucinate in this case. And as you can see, this is kind of what we're seeing. ChatGPT will fit in the future, and with SAP's statements in the last few days with Joule, you will see a lot more of this, where ChatGPT will be able to help us interact with our customers a lot easier, and well, the end customer or the end user will be interacting with your system using a ChatGPT type interface, and not anymore necessarily with the actual system. And in this case, we're doing a bit of a hybrid, so the ChatGPT is helping the user navigate the different options, so you can think about the possibilities, what is available here. Take it to the next level. This is meter readings. Okay, cool, I'm all happy, I've done whatever I need to do. Now I'm going to switch over to a maintenance view. And these are my maintenance activities. As you can see, there's a lot of maintenance work in Barcelona. Red is unplanned, green is planned, and I say, wow, a lot of work, a lot of unplanned stuff, you know, what's going wrong? Something must be going wrong. I can sit here, I can click on each red bubble and figure out what the hell is going on here, but you know what, that's why we have ChatGPT. So I'm just going to, we've pre-built a function, which is this magic wand, that says take all this data, send it ChatGPT, and find some patterns. And hopefully find some patterns. Let's see what it comes back with. Analyzing data, and yes, 3 patterns have been identified. It says multiple unplanned maintenance for equipment manufacturer Cisco. Investigate the quality and reliability of products from Cisco as they count for the majority of the maintenance activities. So yes, you can maybe go speak to your manufacturer saying dodgy products, not very well made. Furthermore, it says, okay, but I've actually picked up there's a lot of part number 000KJ wada has a lot of them fall part of this part number. So maybe you want to replace this part. And even further down here it says, okay, but a lot of these guys that were installed on the same date or acquired on the same date actually are causing these problems. So you can filter now this data to whatever level you want to say, well, I want to look at all the parts or all the equipment with the same acquisition dates, or that you can look at everything from that manufacturer and you can do something with it. I'm going to look at everything with this part number. Now it's filtered to this. So these are all the equipment for this, all notifications for this, where they have this part number on it, and you can see the reds. And I can say, you know what, I think this part is faulty, I'm going to replace them all. So I can go and create one-by-one notifications, but who wants to do that? We've got mass creation for this stuff. So create notifications, and I'll say, replace all the parts. And boom, 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 boom. And now we have notification in our system to go someone to go investigate and replace the parts. So as easy as that. And if we go to the bottom, actually it's intentionally slow. If we put a delay in here of 100 milliseconds, otherwise you just went and like it just looked fake. So there's a bit of a delay, and now it's great. And I can pick any one of these, and you can see in the system it's actually there. Yep, replace all the parts with the equipment. So yes, there you have it. And we have our clear selection and view our stuff again. And now the process will kick in, and someone will go in and do something about these things. And that for the demo. Yeah. Already, I don't know what time it is. So just to conclude, so the key takeaways, what you saw today, well, SAP BTP allows for faster development cycles. You can take complex scenarios and you can build this on BTP. Improve user experience ultimately means for rapid prototyping and delivering value quite quickly and with reduced risk. So yeah, use BTP and don't be scared to experiment with different technologies. And if you need help, you know to call. But now I'm gonna conclude. Thank you very much. How am I on time?
Yeah, on time. A lot of minutes for
Of course, you're welcome to ask questions. Or are you going to chuck me away?
No, not yet. Any question?
Questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
Well, first, super nice.
Thank
Good. But the idea behind when you, of course, do the queries, no, to get the information from the Chat GPT, first you have also implemented some flows in order to feed Chat GPT with the data, no?
Yes.
Okay.
So you have so ChatGPT has got you can do functions. So you provide it when you talk to ChatGPT, you can give it the prompt that we talked about and the initial message. And you can also say there's a bunch of functions that you can call if you need to call. So we told it that these are the functions allowed for you. So you can fly to a location or you can retrieve data from SAP. So it makes a decision and then it calls one of those functions.
So it's ChatGPT that is the one who's fetching the information from SAP.
It's orchestrating that communication, yes. And that's why sometimes it hallucinates because it doesn't know which function to call. And it says, no, sorry, I can't do this, but there's a function you can call. Any other questions?
Gerard?
Don't be shy. Okay.
Thank you, Aurelio.
Thank you very much.
20